crazy. I'm not crazy.
What's wrong with that shit?
Hello guys, today we are going to talk about top 10 sci-fi series on Netflix part 2. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video, then make sure to check out the video in the description, and also you will find it in the end of the video. Let's begin with a sci-fi drama series, Manifest. This series has a total of 4 seasons and it came out in the year 2018. It is shown in this series that after being presumed dead, 191 passengers of the Montego Air Flight 828 try reintegrating into society. However, disturbing realities come to light which unsettles them. So what happens next, you need to find out by watching this series.
Hearing things in your head.
Save the passengers.
You have some kind of expiration date?
June 2nd, 2024.
This series has a rating of 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button so you do not miss videos like this. Next, we are going to talk about a sci-fi thriller series named as 3%. This series has a total of 4 seasons and it came out in the year 2016. This series is set up in the distant future where most of the population lives in a poverty in an area known as the inland. There is an elite group though that is chosen to live in a virtual paradise called as the offshore. Every year, each 20-year-old gets a chance to make it to the island paradise by taking a series of tests. Only 3% of the candidates succeed and qualify to leave the inland area. One of the newest residents of the offshore is Michelle, a naive young woman with no family who has a strong sense of justice. So what happens next, you need to find out by watching this series. This series has a rating of 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button so you do not miss videos like this. A lot of you guys are watching the content but you are not subscribing. If you do not subscribe, then you will miss out on exclusive videos like this. Next, we are going to talk about a sci-fi series named as Night Flyers. This series came out in the year 2018 and it has a total of 1 season. On a mission aboard the Night Flyer, the most advanced spaceship ever built, a team of scientists embark on an expedition to make their first contact with alien life. This series is set up in the year 2093. Their mission takes them beyond the edge of the solar system, farther than mankind has ever gone before. But when a terrifying and violent event starts to occur, the team and crew begin to question themselves, each other and their reclusive captain. So what happens to them next, you need to find out by watching this series. They soon realize that the true horror isn't waiting for them in an outer space, it's already inside their ship. This series has a rating of 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Next, we are going to talk about 2018's teen drama series named as The Rain. This series has a total of 3 seasons. It is shown in this series that the world as we know it has come to an end due to a rain-carried virus that wiped out nearly everybody. 6 years after the event, 2 Danish siblings emerge from the safety of the bunker where they have been staying. After discovering all remnants of civilization gone, they join a group of fellow young survivors and together they head out on a danger-filled quest throughout the abandoned land in search of the signs of life. The survivors think that they have been set free from the social rules of the past, but they quickly find that even in post-apocalyptic world there is love, jealousy and other coming-of-age dilemmas that young people have always faced. So what happens to them next? So will they be able to survive or not? You need to find out by watching this series. This series has a rating of 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Next, we are going to talk about a sci-fi action thriller series, Alice in Borderland. This series came out in the year 2020 and it has a total of 2 seasons. This series is about an obsessed gamer named as Arisu who suddenly finds himself in the strange, emptied out version of Tokyo, in which he and his friends must compete in dangerous games in order to survive. So what happens to Arisu and his friends, you need to find out by watching this series. This series is really interesting and it is presented in such a way that the audience gets connected to each and every character on scene from the very first episode. This series has a rating of 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Next, we are going to talk about a sci-fi drama series named as Away. This series came out in the year 2022 and it has a total of 1 season. This series is about Emma Green who embarks on a treacherous mission to Mars in command of an international crew, leaving behind her husband and her teenage daughter.
Whatever comes next, we can take it on together.
During their mission, the team is faced with a lot of challenges and difficulties, which makes it really tough for them. So will they be successful in their mission or not? You need to find out by watching this series. This series has a rating of 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Next we are going to talk about a sci-fi drama series, Into the Night. This series came out in the year 2020 and it has a total of 2 seasons. When the sun starts to kill everything in its path, a plane full of passengers must travel at night in an attempt to escape its destructive power and find some place safe.
We'll get them, West.
Is it with everyone?
This is a French series that you could check out on Netflix in English as well. This series has a rating of 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Next we are going to talk about a sci-fi action series named as V-Wars. This series came out in the year 2020 and it has a total of 1 season. We get to see Ian Joseph in the lead role in this series, who plays the role of Dr. Luther. Dr. Luther is pitted against his best friend when an ancient disease turns people into vampires. This series is based on the comics by Jonathan McBarry and Alan Robinson. Due to this disease, a war starts off between humans and vampires. So what happens next and who emerges victorious in this war, you need to find out by watching this series. This series has a rating of 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Next we are going to talk about a sci-fi drama series named as Osmosis. This series came out in the year 2019 and it has a total of 1 season. This is a French series that you could check out on Netflix in English as well. This series is set up in Paris, where in near future a dating app matches singles with their soulmates by mining their brain data, but decoding true love comes at a price. So what is this price, and will singles finally be able to meet their soulmates, or it is a real horror for them? You need to find out by watching this series. This series has a rating of 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Next we are going to talk about a multilingual German period mystery sci-fi series named as 1899. This series has a total of 1 season. It is shown in this series that immigrants on a steamship which is traveling from London to New York get caught up in a mysterious riddle after finding a second vessel that is adrift on the open sea. So what happens to them next, you need to find out by watching this series.
Capitan, we paid good money for this trip. 7 days to get to New York, no detours.
This series was made by the creators of Dark and it received mostly positive critical reviews with praise for its casting, directing, cinematography and acting. The creators had ideas for 2 more seasons, but unfortunately the show was cancelled after just 1 season. Season 1 is quite interesting and it is a must watch if you are a sci-fi fan. However, if you compare this with Dark, then it is quite slow, as each and every episode is not as much intense as we saw in Dark. This series has a rating of 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. If you guys want to know about the top 10 series and movie recommendations on Netflix, then make sure to subscribe to our channel so you do not miss videos like this.